guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. This is gonna be unedited, so bear with me. If you're new here, hi, my name is Jessica and I'm a woman in long-term recovery, and on my channel here I talk about substance use disorder, recovery, harm reduction, and all things in between there. If you're not new here, welcome back, you guys. Hope y'all had a good weekend. I'm recording this on my phone, so I don't know how to edit on my phone. So you guys are going to get the unedited version of me today, which can be funny sometimes. So just bear with me. I couldn't get my microphone to work on my computer today, and I was running out of patience. So here we are. Anyway, I wanted to come to you guys today and talk to you in this video about International Overdose Awareness Day. And I wanted to talk to you about it today because it's coming up, and a lot of people celebrate this. I hate to use the word celebrate, but observe it on August 31st. A lot of people observe this the entire month of August. So being that it's August, I wanted to make a video about it and share some information with you guys, excuse me, about it in case you didn't know, or to tell you a little bit of background about it. I always like to know the history of things and why or how they came to be. So I know what International Overdose Awareness Day is, but I didn't know how it came to be. So I wanted to do a little bit of research about that and share it with you guys. So that's what we're going to talk about today. Anyway, just to give you the basics, International Overdose Awareness Day is actually August 31st. It's always the 31st. But it actually started in 2001 in Australia. It's not an American thing. It's something that we adopted from them, actually. And there was a lady in Australia that was working at a Salvation Army needle exchange, and she was the manager of the needle exchange. So she got to interact with a lot of people that were coming in, you know, for the needle exchange, and see the people that were there for the needle exchange. But she also interacted with a lot of people's families and their friends and their loved ones that came in. So she got to see a lot from what I've read about her. Her name was Sally Finn, and she wanted a way to, I guess, commemorate people that had passed away or that had overdosed and had like a debilitating injury because of an overdose, because not all overdoses end in death, thank goodness. But a lot of them leave people with, you know, life-changing effects on their brain or their system in whatever way that happens. So she just wanted to take a day and kind of give families a way to be able to grieve their loved ones and have a safe place to ask questions and not have all the stigma that surrounds people that have passed away or had something happen to them because of an overdose. So the very first time that she did this, like I said, she was in Australia, but the very first time that she did this, it was a one-day thing, and she gave out 6,000 ribbons, you know, to people that came. And if you have ever been to an overdose awareness event, you probably have seen the colors are usually purple and silver. And I read, and I kind of ran out of time and I wasn't able to confirm this in as many places as I like to confirm things, but purple is the awareness color for substance use disorder or for addiction. I prefer to say substance use disorder because addiction just has a lot of stigma around it. So I'm trying to school myself to say substance use disorder instead of addiction, because addiction, the word in itself, has a lot of negative connotations to it. But purple is the awareness color for it. Like autism has blue. So that's what I mean when I say the awareness color for it. And I read that silver is the awareness color for the overdose. So that's why they put the two of them together. But she passed out 6,000 ribbons at her very first event that she ever did for that. And I just think that's amazing. And that shows you right there, that was back in 2001. And that shows you right there that even all that time ago in 2001, you know, my daughter was 1 then. Gosh, that's a long time ago. But this was a problem back then. Even back then, people knew that we were starting to edge into this problem, or it was already a problem. It was probably a lot better covered up back then than it is now, because, you know, you hear about addiction a lot more now. It's written about in the papers, you see it on magazine covers, you know, but that's a lot. That's a lot. Overdose deaths are a lot more now than what they were then, but still 6,000 ribbons in one day, that's a lot. So anyway, I'm looking down at my notes if you guys wonder what I'm looking at. She wanted people to be able to grieve without stigma for their loved ones, their friends, and their loved ones. She wanted to be able to raise awareness and educate, and she wanted a safe place for people to be able to ask questions and speak and to learn about overdoses. Because if you don't know the signs of an overdose, there's no way for you to be able to prevent them. And overdose is 100% preventable. It's probably one of the few deaths that we can 100% prevent. We can prevent an overdose 100% of the time. And you have to do that through education. Sorry, text messages, that's the bad thing about filming on your phone. But you have to do that through education and lowering the stigma and raising awareness. So that is one of the purposes why she wanted to do this. And she was really, really good at it. It very quickly became an international thing. And in 2012, an institute called the Pennington Institute, that is also in Australia, if I remember correctly, took over, and they took over the organization of it and very quickly became a worldwide thing. So now you see on August 31st, you see a lot of purple everywhere. There are events that take place. You can host your own event. You see, like I said, people wearing purple ribbon or purple shirts. They make lanyards, they make bracelets. You see social media posts about it. And those are all ways that you can support and show your support and raise awareness for it. You can, you know, add hashtags on your social media posts, but we'll get to all that at the end of it. Excuse me. Her main purpose was to give families a safe place. I did read that before she made her, I guess, final decision to make a day of an International Overdose Awareness Day, she had encountered one person that had lost 17 people that they knew. 17 people to overdose. That's a lot. That's a lot. And I cannot tell you how many people that I've lost to an overdose because I cannot count them. And I know that since I've become a peer and kind of immersed myself in the work that I do and just trying to help people out, and the more that I immerse myself into harm reduction, the number has gone up, just because that's the environment that I'm in now. So the number does go up, but 17 people is a lot, and that moved her, and she just wanted a place for people to be able to gather, even if it was just one day a year. She wanted an event, you know, a place for all those people, all those friends and family members that had lost someone or that had been negatively affected by an overdose, to be able to come and to grieve their loved ones in a safe place. Because when you lose someone to an overdose, unfortunately, you get a lot of backlash. The people that are left here after you have passed away, your friend or loved one has passed away from an overdose, are left to deal with the stigma of it and all of the negative talk and I'm trying to be really nice about this, and unfortunately, there's just not a way for me to be nice about it because people always talk. And that just goes back to what I always talk about, and that's the stigma of addiction. And it is because you can have someone in your life that has been in recovery for a really long time, and something can happen and your loved one can relapse and they can go back out, and an overdose can take them that quickly out of your life, and all of their recovery time, every good thing that they've ever done in their life, all of the hard work that they put in for their recovery, you know, every good thing that they've ever done is overshadowed by the fact that they overdosed and passed away. And you know, it sucks, and that's a crappy thing that we have to deal with, but that's just unfortunately human nature. It's one of the things that we have to deal with. So that is one of the things that this lady wanted to fight against, for lack of a better way to say it, and she wanted to give these people a safe place to come and just commemorate their loved ones. I've been to several Overdose Awareness Day events, and one of the first ones that I went to, I was still semi-active in NA, in Narcotics Anonymous, and I got to see my sponsor stand up and tell her story for the first time. The first time that I got to see her stand up and do it was the first time that she had stood up and done it in such a public way, and it's a very moving experience. So I highly encourage anybody that hasn't been to go, because you can get a lot of questions answered. It's also a very good way for people that are still in active addiction to go and get resources. A lot of times there will be people there that work in the harm reduction field, and you can get resources for safe injection sites. You can get Narcan. You can get trained there. I know anytime I go, I make sure to let anybody there know that I am a certified Narcan trainer, and I'm more than willing to step over to the side and train them. I always make sure that when I go to the events that I have Narcan with me. These are all the parts that I would normally edit out. Now you guys get to see me chew on ice. But all around it's just a really good thing because it raises awareness. It raises awareness for people in the community. I know that one of the first ones that I went to, like I said, my then sponsor at the time, she spoke, but it was held at a big park in our area, and there were members of the community that were just walking because it's got a big walking trail around it. And we had people that they were there to do their evening walk. They were out walking their dogs or whatever, and they stopped by because they wanted to know what was going on. So it's just a way for you to get the word out in your community and to raise awareness and to lower the stigma. And I'm all for that. Anytime that we can lower the stigma around substance use disorder, overdoses, anything like that, I jump on the chance, and I encourage anybody else to jump on the chance to do it. So if you go, I will list the resources for real this time, because I know in my last video I promised to link an article, and I remembered this morning that I didn't link it. But I'm going to list resources in my description box below, and I'll also try to pin a comment with them. But if you do a simple Google search and you just Google Overdose Awareness Day, it pops up so many things, and you can look up where events are in your local area. You can host an event on your own. I mean, it's a wealth of information. You guys aren't stupid. You know how Google works. And I highly, highly encourage you guys to go, because it's very informative, and like I said, it lowers the stigma. It's so educational. And it's a way to support people that have gone through something that is very traumatic. You know, losing a loved one or a friend is never an easy process. And losing a loved one to an overdose is gut-wrenching, because it could have been prevented. And you know, the message for Overdose Awareness Day is simple. It's really simple because the tragedy of overdose deaths are preventable, and we need to be doing more. And that is the whole message of the entire day. We have to do more to save people's lives. I did a video not too long ago about overdose statistics, and it was on the front page of my local newspaper. How many overdoses were in 2020? And, you know, I'm sure that there are more than I even realize, because people pass away all the time that are homeless, that are unaccounted for, etc. So the number was high in itself, and that's not even really counting all the ones, you know. I feel like the number is higher, is what I'm trying to say. So it really, the message of it is really simple. Overdose deaths are completely preventable. Carry Narcan. Be trained in how to administer Narcan. Know the signs and the symptoms of an overdose. Even if you think that you aren't around those type of people, please consider being trained. Narcan is not a harmful drug. If you administer it to someone and they are not overdosing, you will not hurt them. The only thing that Narcan will do is reverse an overdose. So if you think that someone is in the middle of an overdose and you give them Narcan, and it's another medical condition or something else is going on, and it is not an overdose, you will not hurt them. So you're not going to do any harm by giving them Narcan. So you can get trained by Narcan. If you're an active user, please test your supplies. Please use safe supplies. You know, find a needle exchange near you. If you have a safe consumption site near you, please make use of it. Please use safe supplies, safe needles, use safe cotton swabs, you know, clean cotton swabs, please. Those supplies are out there, and I know that there is a lot of stigma around those, and I know that there are a lot of areas where those supplies aren't available. But if it is available to you, please use that stuff, because you are worth it. Your life is worth it. And if you are around people, you know, in an environment where you can be monitored, it's a loving environment. Safe consumption sites are loving environments. We just want you to come in and use, so you can use for the day and be okay, and we can be there for you in case something happens. And that is what a safe consumption site is for. It doesn't encourage drug use. It doesn't, you know, all of the mess that go along with that. But there's some of the stuff that you can do to help you. Anyway, for preventable stuff, sorry you guys, you're just gonna have to deal with this unedited version of me today. You really don't realize how much you come to rely on editing when you make YouTube videos until you don't have that option available to you. Anyway, so what can you do the other 364 days of the year? Educate yourself about substance use disorder. Educate yourself about safe supplies. Educate yourself about overdoses, how to spot them, how to reverse them, etc. Reach out to me if you need Narcan, if you want to be trained in Narcan. Research how to get fentanyl test strips for your, you know, for your drugs. If you have access to a safe consumption site, please use it. If you have access to a needle exchange, please use it. And if you are not in active use and you just want to support someone, just follow all the same guidelines. You know, you can support your local needle exchange, you can support your local safe consumption site, you can support your local harm reductionist, you can do all kinds of things. There's all kinds of things that you can do. And if you go to your, whatever your local event is on Overdose Awareness Day, a lot of times all those people will be there. So you can reach out to them and find out what you can do the other 364 days of the year to help them. And by that, you will in turn help people that are still in active use. And it's just, it helps everybody all around. So from someone that used to be in the position of an active user, and I could have very well at any point in time during my use overdosed and not be able to sit here and make this video today, I would appreciate it. I would appreciate any of it that you guys do, the lowering the stigma, the educating yourselves. If you are watching this and you are still an active user and there's anything that I can do to help you, anything at all, you guys know the drill. Please don't hesitate to reach out to me ever. Please don't ever hesitate to reach out to me if you need someone to talk to, if you need me to send you Narcan, anything. Please don't hesitate to reach out to me. If I personally cannot get it for you because you're too far away from me or anything, I will move heaven and earth to find it and to find someone close to you that can help you. I promise you that. So that is it for this kind of crazy video today. I will let you guys go on that one. Don't forget, if you want to attend Overdose Awareness Day event in your area, just Google it because they're going to be everywhere. So if you guys plan on going to one or you have experience going to one, let me know your experience in the comments below. And if you guys host one of your own, please let me know about that too, because I would love to hear about it. Thanks, you guys. I'm so glad just to be talking to you guys about this today. And I thought it was so cool to hear about how that one lady started this thing that's now an international thing that we all can participate in, and make a difference, because we can all make a difference. Just participate in one day out of the year, we can make a big difference. So thanks for letting me share that with you guys, and I will see you on the next one. You know the drill. All of my stuff is in the description box below. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. If you need me, reach out, and I'll see y'all on the next one. Bye, y'all.